Hi everyone, I hope you all safe and healthy with your family and friends. In this video we are going to learn about 11th Standard Accountancy Chapter 9 Rectification of Errors Illustration Sum number 12. The heading is the following errors were located after the preparation of the trial balance. Rectify them. What this heading tells us, an accountant after preparation of the trial balance only an accountant located the errors. Okay. Now we need to rectify that error. Okay. Let's take the first transaction. Paid rupees 50 to Anita was wrongly debited to Vanita account. What this transaction tells us, listen, paid 50 rupees to Anita. Up to this, what this transaction tells us, when you paid cash to Anita, your cash account decreased, right? So whenever your cash account decreases, you credited the cash account. Who is the receiver? Anita is the receiver because you paid 50 rupees to Anita. Anita is the receiver. Debit the receiver. Anita account debtor 50 rupees to cash account 50 rupees. This is the correct entry. Then where was wrong? Listen, paid 50 rupees to Anita was wrongly debited to Vanita account. So an accountant, instead of Anita, an accountant wrongly debited to Vanita accounts. So the wrong entry is an accountant where an accountant debited, an accountant wrongly debited Vanita account. So Vanita account debited instead of Anita. Okay, instead of Vanita account debited. Okay. So an accountant considered paid 50 rupees to Vanita. Instead of Anita, an accountant considered paid 50 rupees to Vanita. Then only an accountant wrongly debited to Vanita account. Okay. So this is the wrong entry. Okay. Which side we have the error? Listen, we need to compare both the journal entry. Let's take the credit side. Credit side we have both a journal entry, we have the cash account on credit side. So we have the same account on credit side, that is cash account. Okay. So credit side we don't have the error. Let's take the debit side. Debit side we have the different account. Okay, here Anita account and here Vanita account. We have the different account on debit side. So this is the one-sided error. On which side? Debit side. Okay, here clearly given in the transaction wrongly debited to Vanita account. So debit side Vanita account is the error. Okay, this is the one-sided error. So the error is only on Vanita account. Where is Vanita account? Vanita account is on debit side. Listen, where is Vanita account? Vanita account is on debit side. The transaction also given here clearly. Vanita account is on, an accountant entered Vanita account is on debit side. Okay. Okay. We find the error. The error is only on Vanita account. Vanita account is on debit side. Okay. Now we need to rectify the error. So this is the answer. The rectification of the journal entry is, first we need to enter the correct account. Always we need to enter the correct account on correct side. Okay. So the correct account is Anita account debtor. This is the correct account because you paid 50 rupees to Anita. Anita is the receiver. So from this two journal entry, which is a credit side, we have the same account. Listen, cash account. On debit side, we have the different account. One is Anita account and another one is Vanita account. From these two different account, which account is the correct account? Anita account is the correct account. Do you understand? Which account is from these two different account on debit side? Which account we have the correct account? Which is the correct entry? Anita account debtor. This is the correct account. Okay. Because you paid cash to Anita. So Anita account is the correct account on debit side. We have error on debit side. We have the error on debit side. From the debit side, we have two accounts. From these two accounts, which account is correct account? Anita account is the correct account. So we need to enter the correct account on correct side to the rectification of the journal entry. Okay. So we need to write Anita account debtor 50 rupees. So we entered Anita account debtor 50 rupees. Okay. Okay, where is Vanitha account? Vanitha account is on debit side. The error is only on Vanitha account. Where is Vanitha account? Vanitha account is on debit side. We need to credit it. We have to credit it only. We have to credit the Vanitha account only. The error will be rectified. So we credited the Vanitha account. Error account is to be rectified now. Okay, so the rectification of the journal entry is Anita account debtor 50 rupees to Vanitha account. The narration, amount paid to Anita wrongly debited to Vanitha account, now rectified. Next transaction, sale of furniture for rupees 500 was credited to sales account. What this transaction tells us? Sale of furniture for rupees 500. Whenever you sell goods, you have to enter cash account debtor to sales account. But here what you sell? You sale of furniture. Sale of furniture means you sale of an asset in the name of furniture. So whenever you sold asset, whenever you sales an asset, you have to enter the asset account. You have to enter the name of the asset account. Okay, so the correct entry is sale of furniture for rupees 500. Up to this transaction, the correct entry is cash account debtor to furniture account. Listen, when you sold asset, whenever you sales asset in the name of furniture or whatever it is, whenever you sales asset, your cash increased because you sell asset, you sale of furniture. Okay, so your cash account increases. Whenever your cash account increases, cash account is to be debited. So cash account debtor 500 rupees to furniture account. Why furniture account debit credited? Because furniture, when you sale of furniture, your revenue increased, your income increased, right? Whenever your revenue increases, revenue account is to be credited. So furniture account is to be credited. So the correct entry for this transaction sale of furniture for 500 rupees is cash account debtor 500 rupees to furniture account 500. Or you got it? Okay. Let's take the sale of furniture for rupees 500 was credited to sales account. Listen here, an accountant entered instead of furniture account, an accountant wrongly entered into the sale account. Instead of furniture account, an accountant entered into the sale account. Okay. So the wrong entry is cash account debtor to sales account. Rupees 500. Okay. So where is an error? The error is only on sales account. Why? Because in the transaction they clearly given instead of furniture an accountant enter into the sales account. So where is the error? Sales account is an error. The error is only on sales account. Okay, where is sales account? Sales account is on credit side. Which side sales account is on? Sales account is on credit side. Okay, so we find the error. The error is only on sales account. The sales account is on credit side. Okay. How can we rectify it? We have to debit the sales account. Where is sales account? Sales account is on credit side. It is to be debited. Then only the error will be rectified. Okay. So this is the answer. The rectification of the journal entry is, listen. In the rectification of the journal entry, you always enter the correct account on correct side. First ever, forever, always you enter correct account on correct side in the rectification of the journal entry. Which is the correct account? Furniture account is the correct account. Which is the wrong account? Sales account is the wrong account, right? So where is furniture account? Furniture account is on credit side. So you have to enter furniture account on credit side. So to furniture account 500 rupees. Then you have to enter the error account correctly. Error account on correct right side, correct side. Okay. So which is the error account? Sales account is the error account. Error account is only on sales account. Where is sales account? Sales account is on credit side. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to opposite it. Okay. So which side sales account? Sales account is on credit side. We have to opposite it, which means we have to debit it. Then only the error rectified. Okay. So we debited the sales account. Sales account debtor 500 rupees. Are you clear? So the rectification of the journal entry is sales account debtor 500 rupees to furniture account 500 rupees. The narration is sale of furniture wrongly credited to the sales account, now rectified. The next transaction, purchased goods from Natarajan on credit for rupees 750 were wrongly posted through the sales book. What this transaction tells us? Purchases goods from Natarajan on credit for rupees 750. Up to this transaction, what is the meaning? This is the credit transaction. This is the credit purchases transaction. Okay. So whenever you purchased goods, when you purchased goods on credit, purchases is an expenses. All expenses is to be debited. So purchases account debtor 750 rupees. To whom you purchased? You purchased from Natarajan. Natarajan is the giver. Credit the giver. Okay. So the correct entry is purchases account debtor 752, Natarajan account 750. Where is the error? Listen. Purchases goods from Natarajan on credit for rupees 750 were wrongly purchased through sales book. Instead of purchases book, an accountant wrongly deposited into the sales book. This is the error. Okay. So wrongly an account, what the accountant did, wrongly enter into the sales book. So the wrong entry is Natarajan account debtor 752, sales account 750. This is the wrong journal entry. Okay. Where is the error? Which side we have the error? We have to compare on both the journal entry. This is the correct journal entry. This is the wrong journal entry. This is the purchases journal entry. This is the sales book journal entry. Okay. Let's take the debit side. We have the different account. Debit side we have, first we take the, here we purchases account on debit side. Here Natarajan account on debit side. So we have the different account on debit side. Let's take the credit side. We have the Natarajan account on credit side here, and there we have the sales account on credit side. So both side we have the error. Okay. So this is called two-sided error. Okay. We find the error, that is two-sided error. Okay. How can you rectify this two-sided error? Listen. First we have to enter the correct entry. Why? Why? Because we have to enter the purchases book. Because instead of purchases book, an accountant enter into the sales book. So an accountant or a bookkeeper forget to enter the purchases of goods from the Natarajan credit for rupees 750. An accountant forget to enter the purchases account. So to rectify that, we need to enter the purchases account. Okay. What is that? Purchases account debtor 752, Natarajan account 750. So we need to prepare the two rectification of the journal entry. First we prepare the rectification of the journal entry 1. First we have to enter the correct entry, journal entry. What is that? An accountant forget to enter the purchases account, purchases book. What is that? purchases account debtor 752, Natarajan account 750. Listen here carefully. I explain you again. Listen, purchased goods from Natarajan on credit for rupees 750 were wrongly passed through the sales book. So, an accountant, instead of purchases book, wrongly passed through the sales book. Okay, so he forgot to enter the purchases book. So now we need to rectify that only. We have to enter the purchases account, that credit purchases. We need to enter the credit purchases. What is that? Purchases account debtor 752, Natarajan account 750. So first we entered purchases account debtor 750 to Natarajan account 750. Okay. Let's we take the error account. Which is the error account? These two accounts, debit account, credit account, both sided accounts are error. Okay. Let's we take the debit side error. Where is, what is that? Which account is on debit side? Natarajan account is on debit side. So we have to credit it. Okay. Which Natarajan account, where is Natarajan account? Natarajan account is on debit side. We need to credit it. So we entered to Natarajan account 750 rupees. Okay, we credited the Natarajan account. We have the two-sided error. Okay, which is the another side error? Credit side error. Where is which account is on credit side? Sales account is on credit side. We have to debit it. Okay. Sales account debtor 750 rupees. Now we debited the sales account. Okay. Listen. Then next we need to prepare the rectification of journal entry part 2. This is the original answer. Listen. Here we have to write these and all here. Okay. So purchases account debtor 750 rupees. We have to enter purchases account debtor 750 rupees. Sales account debtor 750 rupees. We have to enter sales account debtor 750 rupees. And we have to combine both Natarajan account into one. So to Natarajan account, we combined it into one. Okay. So to Natarajan account, and we have to add these two 750 rupees into one. 750 plus 750, 1500. So to Natarajan account 1500 we entered. This is the answer. So the rectification of the journal entry is purchases account debtor 750, sales account debtor 750 to Natarajan account 1500. The narration is purchases from Natarajan wrongly passed through the sales book. Now rectified. The next transaction is wages rupees 1000 paid on erection of machinery was debited to wages account. Listen, machinery is an asset, right? Machinery is an asset. So whenever you purchased asset, you have the lots of expenses. Whenever you purchased like machinery from the manufacturing area, from the manufacturing machinery company, you purchased new machinery from the manufacturing area. Okay, from manufacturing area you bring the machinery to your company. You have spent a lots of expenses like wages expenses and transportation expenses, carriage expenses, like these expenses you have to spend to bring the machinery from manufacturing company to your company. Okay, and the erection of machinery expenses or the installation of the machinery expenses, like kinds expenses, for example wages, carriage expenses, transportation expenses, installation expenses. Whenever you purchased new machinery, you have to spend like this kind of expenses. Okay, so you can't enter like these expenses into the separate account. When you spend wages for newly purchased asset like machinery, You can't enter into the wages account. When you erection of a machine, newly purchased machinery, you can't enter into the erection account. When you purchased newly machinery, whenever you purchased a new asset, when you spent for carriage expenses or transportation expenses, you can't enter into the separate carriage account or separate transportation account like these expenses. You have to enter into the machinery account. Whenever you purchased a new machinery, you have spent lots of expenses to erect it, to fix it. Okay, so like these expenses, you can't enter into the separate expenses like wages expenses, erection expenses, transportation expenses, or carriage expenses, etc. Okay, you have to enter into the machinery account, right? Here, listen, wages rupees 1000 rupees paid on erection of machinery was debited to wages account. So, a company purchased new machinery and erected it. So, he spent wages rupees 1000. That company spent wages 1000 rupees for erection of the machinery. But an accountant wrongly debited to wages account. This is the wrong entry. You have to enter into the machinery account. Okay, what is the correct entry? Machinery account data to cash account. So whenever you purchased machinery comes in, cash goes out in the name of wages. You can't enter into the wages account. You have to enter machinery account into the machinery account only. You spent wages for machinery. You spent wages for erection of the machinery, but you can't enter into the wages account, separate account. You have to enter into the machinery account. So machinery account at 1000 rupees to cash account 1000 rupees. This is the correct entry. But an accountant wrongly enter into the wages account, debited to wages account. An accountant wrongly debited to the wages account. So the wrong entry is wages account at 1000 rupees to cash account. Okay. So whereas there are, instead of machinery, an accountant enter into the wages account on debit side. Compare these two journal entry. Which side we have the error? Let's take the credit side. We have the cash account on both sides. We have the same account on credit side. Let's take the debit side. Here transaction is given here clearly, debited the wages account. So debit side we have the error. This is the one side error and wages is the only error. Okay. So where is wages account? Wages account is on credit side. So we find the error. How can we rectify it? We have to rectify this transaction. We need to credit the wages account. Where is wages account? Wages account is on debit side. How can you rectify it? We need to credit the wages only, then the error is rectified. Okay. So for that we have to prepare the rectification of the journal entry. Here first always we have to enter the correct account on correct side. Which account is correct account? Machinery account is the correct account. On which side? Where is machinery account? Where machinery account is on debit side. So machinery account debtor, listen. Wages rupees 1000 paid on erection of machinery was debited to the wages account. When you erected machinery, you spent wages for erection of machinery. Okay. So machinery account debtor, machinery comes in. Machinery is an expenses. Machinery is an expenses. When you purchases machinery, you erected the machinery. So machinery account debtor. This is the expenses. When you bought machinery, when you erected machinery, that is the kind of expenses. Expenses will be debited. So machinery account is to be debited. When you erected machinery, cash goes out in the name of wages. Cash goes out. Whenever cash goes out from your hand, cash account decreased. So whenever cash account decreases, you credited the cash account. Listen here. So which is the correct entry? Correct machinery account is the correct account. Where is it? It is on debtor side. On debtor side, you enter the machinery account. So machinery account debtor 1000 rupees. Then which is the wrong entry? Which is the error? Which account is error? Wages account is error. Where is wages account? Wages account is on debit side. What we have to do? We need to credit it. Okay. So we credited the wages account. Wages account 1000 rupees. So the rectification of the journal entry answer. Machinery account debtor 1000 rupees to wages account 1000. The narration is wages paid for erection of machinery wrongly debited to wages account. Now rectified. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.